I've been thinking about change a lot lately because there have been so many changes in my life, and I ended up sometimes feeling really stressed and overwhelmed. So I thought, why not talk about it, since I'm sure I'm not the only one feeling that way. There are so many different ways of changes that were overdue, like ending a relationship that didn't make you feel good, a new hairstyle, big changes like a new job, new opportunities, but also changes that we didn't ask for, like injuries. Not only big changes, but also small ones can lead to stress and to an overreaction of our nervous system. And no matter what size the change is, they deserve our attention, and we can try to make them as comfortable as possible. Changes can be wild, like even if it's a small thing, your brain is overreacting like crazy sometimes. Like one of the main purposes our brain is doing is to try to keep us safe. We like to stay in the comfort zone. We don't like change because our brain is telling us it could be dangerous. I sometimes find it kind of funny how our brain is not evolved, like for I don't know how many thousand years, but it's like not up to the speed that our society evolved. So when there is a day that we feel especially anxious, the reaction of our body is the same to a poisonous animal as to asking a stranger for directions, and I find this kind of funny. So let's talk about navigating change. One thing I found very helpful is quite the opposite of change: stability in routines. So when I graduated my vocational training, I gave myself 3 months to do anything, like anything that I want to do. And this time was quite nice because I did do some things that I really liked, but also it was very chaotic, and in the end I didn't do as many things that I thought I would do just because there was a big lack of routine. Now I'm working 30 hours a week, and it feels so much easier to get things done even though I have less time. And this is just because now I have a routine. I have an external routine that is put on me, but it's helping me to stay on track and do all the things that I want to do. But what I find way more important is an internal routine. Things that you can do even if your surroundings are changing. Things that stay the same no matter what. Those routines stick with you. This could be weekly routines like your hair wash day or the days when you want to clean your house. Those can also be daily routines, like your morning routine, your skincare routine, or maybe a cup of tea every afternoon. I think most important is actually the morning routine. And I'm not talking about those fancy 4:45 morning routines. The morning sets the tone of the day. And if you wake up with chaos, your day most likely will also feel very chaotic. If you wake up with a morning routine that you're used to, you make your body feel stable, you make your brain also feel safe, and that's also the feeling that you will keep for the rest of the day. Me personally, I feel less anxious when I have a set morning routine because even if I don't know what I'm doing the whole day, I know what I'm doing in the morning, and it always includes something that makes me feel grounded. That helps a lot. So I'm talking about just a basic morning routine, something like waking up, then having 15 minutes just for yourself where you can read, you can write something, do some movement, drink some tea, just 15 minutes for yourself. Then you do the next step, you have breakfast, then you do the next step, you have your skincare routine. But just like have this every single morning, even on the weekends, which doesn't mean that you have to get up at the same time, which I also recommend, but I'm not doing this, it's really hard for me. But it is actually more healthy for you if you get up every day, if you get up the same time every day. Even if I'm having my morning routine on a Monday and go to work after it, I can still have the same morning routine on a Saturday when I wake up at 10 and still have the same steps. Now let's talk about accepting change. This can be quite hard when it comes to things that are not in your control. But I think acceptance is a mindset that can help you in any situation in your life. As I said before, brains don't like change. Our brains will always choose what is more predictable. I watched this TED Talk by Maya Shankar, and she was talking about a survey that I found quite interesting. So they asked people if they would rather take a 50% chance of getting an electric shock or a 100% chance to get one. And most of them chose the 100% chance just because it's certain, and we like certainty. And your brain doesn't like surprises. When things are changing, our brain often makes us feel scared and anxious. What helped me was first accepting the feeling that I am scared or I am anxious, and I know it's going to pass, which doesn't mean it has to pass now immediately, but I know that in other situations I was anxious before and it went away after a while, after I adjust to the change. So just by knowing that it's going to be better soon, me and my brain will adjust to the situation like we did before when changes happened. And we don't have to find a solution immediately, because it's okay that we don't feel okay at the moment. Slowing down was also something that I had to learn the hard way, because there were so many changes anyways because of my job and new routines. I thought about why not change more, because there were so many things I wanted to try, like playing in a band. I was also thinking about getting some singing lessons, but after weeks of not doing all those things and being disappointed, I noticed that I just have to slow down and I have to give myself some time to adjust to the first change, the first situation that is happening right now. And we don't have to get everything that we want in the same moment. Maybe it's just common sense and I'm a bit late to the party, but I'm sure I'm not the only one, so I'm just talking about you. You don't have to rush. Please slow down. You can still do all those plans, but not right now. Right now, you have to give yourself some rest. Speaking of now, one of the best things that helped me and helps me to navigate and accept changes, that also helped a lot of my friends, is the core idea of the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Like the title says, it's about now. It's about this exact moment. Because if you're really honest with yourself, no matter what changes there are in your circumstances, this exact moment, this breath that you feel right now, not just before, not just after, just right now as you're listening to my voice, everything is okay. For me, it took some time, and of course I don't realize this every moment, but when I need it, I can go back to the moment. And when you realize this, you can come back to this feeling because it is inside you. It's like a safe space that is guaranteed to be there for you. In any situation, you can just take your time, have a breath. Even if you're in a conversation, you can remember, hey, wait, I don't have to figure out this problem that lays in the future or that started in the past. I can just breathe for one moment and just be here in this moment. And that's the best thing about it. It is yours and you can always go there. You always have access to this feeling. Okay, let's talk about embracing change. So when I was younger, there were quite a lot of changes in my life. I had to move a lot of times. I had to find new friends because I was changing schools. And to be honest, I quite liked it. I really enjoyed changes. I liked to move. I liked new things. And I think it's because of this curiosity that you still have when you're a child. Because changes always mean there is something new, there is something exciting, there is something challenging, but also something that makes you grow and something that makes you excited about life. So when I got older, I noticed not liking changing so much anymore. I went to Japan for a school exchange and I had to change my host families for 4 times. So I had 5 host families in 8 months. That was overwhelming. That was a lot. I had to move. It was just too much. But now, when I look back at this time, it was really out of my comfort zone. But because of those changes that were overwhelming, I got to meet so many lovely people. I got to meet 5 host families. I got to see more of the culture, what was the reason why I went there. And in the end, I also met the best host family ever that I'm still in contact with, that I love very much. And this time that was really hard led me to having a wonderful friendship for 8 years. The discomfort in those situations were totally worth it. Change is always a chance. It's always opportunity for growth. And if you get to understand this, it can really help you to embrace changes. I think we should remember how we thought as children more often and the curiosity that we have. Because most of the times we found something exciting, something new, and even if it was like not a good thing that we found, we still learned something. Seeing changes as opportunities for growth and for excitement also is way more fun than just focusing on the fear, because the fear will be there anyways, but the excitement, the courage, the curiosity, they can also exist next to the fear if we allow them to. So I hope the next time something is changing in your life, you remember that you can and you are allowed to embrace those changes, even if they make you feel really out of your comfort zone. I'm sure you will learn something from them.